Welcome to Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're okay. I hope your family is doing well. And I hope you're avoiding the Trump pandemic, the Trump virus, as it continues to rage. Cases in the United States now have topped 6 million, and we are closing in on 200,000 people dead. As it stands right now, we have about 3 times the number of our people who were killed in Vietnam. 3 times that number have died from the Trump virus. It's astonishing. 6 million cases. And what did Trump do over the weekend? He was busy retweeting fringe theories on the virus. If we go back to yesterday, you might say that we started the last day of this weekend with the news that the staggering pandemic death toll, which is beyond dispute, was being questioned by the ape. And Sunday ended when we reached more than 6 million confirmed infections. Trump is really a sick son of a bitch, and the people who worship him are even sicker. Anyways, it stands now, just about 183,000 people have died in the U.S. from the virus. However, some public health analysts who are familiar with epidemics of this sort, which includes no one who works for Trump, except maybe a handful of public health people like Dr. Birx, who have been silenced. But analyses by people in the public health field say that the deaths right now are closer to, or well past 200,000. But the Orange Ape embraced the fringe groups peddling claims that the number is greatly exaggerated. We really are heading for disaster. You understand that, right? Okay, good. Using his Twitter fingers, the Orange Ape over the weekend reposted messages from these conspiracy theorists. And the nutcases, which, by the way, are led by Russian trolls. The militia groups in this country are Russian agents. Are you aware of that? Russian intelligence agents. They may not know it, but they are being duped. This is a literal fifth column in the United States. You got to give Putin and Russian military intelligence credit. I mean, if you're so inclined, credit for figuring out a way to completely kneecap the United States. Starting with the campaign in 2015 and up to the election, so-called, of this Orange Ape, they knew what they were doing. Russian military intelligence knew what they were doing. Remember, go all the way back to the 60s? Was it the 60s? When Khrushchev said to either Nixon, or I guess he didn't say it to Kennedy, "We will bury you." Well, it's in the process of happening now with the assistance of Donald Trump and every single militia Christian group in this country, in the United States, that purports to support the ape or who says they're working for the glory of God in support of the ape. These are Russian intelligence cells in the United States. Now, again, let me make sure that I understand and you understand that a lot of these groups are not aware that they are doing the dirty work of Russian military intelligence. They don't know where these posts come from, these tweets come from, the Facebook bullshit that's all over the place. I don't know who they think it comes from, but they're too stupid and too brain dead to understand that they're being used as dupes. And in the meantime, the Orange Ape, being the most stupid man in America at this point, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to reclassify. I want to say he's among the stupidest people in America, but I've changed it over the weekend. He is the leading stupid ass in America, certainly ever to ascend to the presidency with the help of a foreign power. But these conspiracy nutcases, the ones that are working for Russian military intelligence, are attacking the very people that the ape put in charge before he realized that they had too much science-y stuff about him, in an effort to try to stop the pandemic. Among them, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx. These are two people being attacked by Russian military intelligence. And they are using these stupid ass militia groups who are now to the point where they show up again with the encouragement of Russian military intelligence. They show up at peaceful demonstrations with their guns and their clubs and their nasty attitudes, and they provoke violence thanks to the Orange Ape and the Orange Ape's Russian handlers. It's just mind-boggling what's going on in this country. And I know I'm not the only one who sees this. There are millions of us. You see it, Truth Seeker. You're listening to this right now. You know what the hell is going on. So why haven't we stopped it? Holy shit. Anyway, the real death toll, according to these Russian military cells that are operating in the United States, the real death toll now, they say, is closer to 9,000. Not 200,000, 9,000. Yeah, that's what the Russian military intelligence trolls are putting into social media, and these dirty, goddamn un-American bastards who run Twitter and who run Facebook and who run Instagram are doing nothing to bring this shit to a stop. Nothing. Zuckerberg, you son of a bitch, you are partly responsible for this. The continuation of it. And you won't do a thing. And the guy that runs Twitter, and the one that runs this, and the one that runs that. Zuckerberg is the only name I know. But they're contributing to this, allowing this shit to go on. When did it become a protectorate of the First Amendment? Social media posts that are nothing but not just lies and bullshit, but are designed to bring down the United States. When did that become a function of the First Amendment? To destroy the United States in order to satisfy one of our main adversaries, and that is the fascist government of Vladimir Putin, not because they're Russian. I have nothing against Russians. Oh, my God. I like to go to YouTube and look at what's the guy's name? Bald and Bankrupt. That guy is incredible. He's a Brit who speaks fluent Russian and a couple other languages. And he travels all over the old Soviet Union looking for Soviet stuff that is slowly rotting away now that Russia has become fascist. So it's not the Russian people or the Russian culture or art or music or science that I oppose. It's Putin, this fascist son of a bitch. He's not a communist. Communism died the day it was born. Soviet communism. It died the day it was born. There has never been communism in Russia. There have just been Russian forms of fascism. 9,000 dead. The Russians are probably the very best in the world, even better than Mossad, the Israeli intelligence forces. The Russians are the best on earth on figuring out how to bore into the social fabric of a country and destroy it. United States, our method was always just bomb the shit out of everybody, you know? Hearts and minds, bombs with napalm them. I know, let's use Agent Orange. And this doesn't start with Vietnam. This goes back to World War II and what we did in Japan. But the Russians have always been so much more adept. I'm not saying they're more sophisticated. They're just more adept. They use poison. They use, when they want to kill somebody, they don't wipe out a whole goddamn village. They just kill the person they're after. Poison him. This is what Trump and Kushner and Miller and these bastards around him, this is what they're working toward. They have to be. Trump doesn't like people to point out that he is what he is. Where was I? Oh, yeah, these right-wing front groups for Russian military intelligence are trying to convince, and have convinced, so many of these white militia groups, these fascist militia groups in the United States, that the real death toll is around 9,000, because many of those who died had underlying health issues, and most were elderly. Oh, well, then it's just, you don't count the old people who died of coronavirus because they had heart trouble. You son of a bitches. This is how sophisticated the Russians are when it comes to destabilizing entire populations. Look at all the countries that they have completely demoralized, demolished, destroyed, just in Eastern Europe. So, one of these Russian front organizations is the hardline website under the name Gateway Pundit. Gateway Pundit is a Russian asset in this country. One of many, but Gateway Pundit is a Russian asset. And the person who runs it tweeted this over the weekend, quote, "So get this straight. Based on the recommendation of Doctors Fauci and Birx, the U.S. shut down the entire economy based on 9,000 American deaths to the China coronavirus," end quote. And then the Orange Ape retweeted that because the Orange Ape is the main asset of Russian military intelligence. The primo, the creme de la creme, Trump. And that retweet, was part of a presidential tweet storm from this son of a bitch. At least one of the posts was short-lived. Twitter deleted one of them and put this in its place, quote, "This tweet is no longer available because it violated the Twitter rules," end quote. Anything that Trump says on Twitter should be deleted. The son of a bitch shouldn't even have an account. No, I'm serious as a heart attack. Is it free speech to say things to an audience? How many people are on his tweet list? 60 million, 70, 80? Is it free speech to be able to say to all those people all the lies and the filth and the degeneracy that has tumbled out of this Russian military asset's mouth since he was inaugurated? Is that freedom of speech? Oh, my God. Hey, truth seekers, while we're practicing safe social distancing, it's a great time to treat yourself with some seriously delicious, responsibly sourced coffee. Awaken to pleasure with River Moon Coffee. But don't take my word for it. Here are two recent reviews. Quote, "We sell River Moon Coffee at Marine General Store, and I can't seem to keep up with customer demand. Not only is the coffee excellent, but the philosophy behind it, the careful sourcing and constant research to bring a quality product to customers, appeals to the hearts of our community," end quote. And here's one from a fellow Malloy listener. Quote, "I love this coffee. I buy it in 5-pound bags. I especially love the Truth Seeker blend," end quote. Sounds like they're planning ahead for the apocalypse. Anyway, support a progressive small business that supports this program. Go to MikeMalloy.com and click on the River Moon Coffee link on the main page. You'll thank me later.